Like and subscribe on the way in the door, my people. Today, we are going to talk about whether the majority of modern NBA superstars are actually competitors. Let me start by saying this. There are some competitors in the league. But I feel like the culture of today's modern NBA are full of people who want to win but not compete. And we will be referring to this modern era on this channel. It will be referred to as the Barbie era. Shout out to Cabral Creates. But before we get started in this, let's read the definition of compete. To compete is to strive to gain or win something by defeating or establishing superiority over others who are trying to do the same. Let me read that one more time, especially for you fanboys. To strive to gain or win something by defeating or establishing superiority over others who are trying to do the same. And one more thing, let's look up the definition of defeat. Defeat, to win a victory over someone in a battle or other contest, to overcome or beat. One more time for you fanboys. To win a victory over someone in a battle or contest, to overcome or defeat. So competing is establishing superiority over someone else who is trying to do the same. So I got a question for you all. Is that what you think is happening in today's NBA? Because let me go ahead and tell you the answer. For superstars who want to join other superstars, that is the opposite of competing. See, competing says to establish superiority over someone else who is trying to do the same thing that you do. So, joining teams with someone trying to do the same thing that you do is the opposite of competing. Michael Jordan, I forgot what interview it was, but recently Dreamers Pro just did a video. I forgot what the video was about. It might have been about Deion Sanders critiquing the modern era, something to that degree. But anyway, he played a clip from Michael Jordan, and in the clip, Jordan essentially said, I'm paraphrasing, that I would never team up with Magic Johnson and Larry Bird and those guys. I wanted to beat them. I wanted to compete. And he also mentioned, he said, you saw what happened when we all got together on the Dream Team. He said that really wasn't a competitive thing. In other words, all of us on the same team, there was no competition. They didn't have to establish superiority. Like, that was a clearly superior team. They didn't have to battle to establish superiority. So Michael Jordan wanted to compete. And, not just Michael Jordan, but players of the so-called plumbers era that some of you fanboys and some of these modern fanboys like JJ Redick likes to say, those guys were competing. But today in the Barbie era, you have a lack of competition. What's going on with James Harden? What is going on with James Harden? And he's just one of a number of superstars. But this guy has played with more talent and seems to be consistently unsatisfied. Not only has he played with more talent, he can't seem to do what it takes to actually win a chip because he's not working on bettering himself. A lot of these new NBA players, man, I'm just go ahead and say it. These dudes do not want to work. They come in thinking that they are a gift to the NBA and to the fans. And they come in feeling like they don't really have to improve their game like that. And James Harden, to me, he is at the end of his rope. But he's just one. Obviously, we know that the leader of this whole thing is your king, fanboys. Your king, the team hopper. Your team, the so-called never cheat the game. You have to cut my head off and bury me 12 feet deep or whatever he said. All lies. LeBron James is not a competitor like that. Kevin Durant is not a competitor like that. James Harden is not a competitor like that. And I would go as far as to say that most of the NBA is not a competitor like that. These guys do not truly want to beat each other. Like, they just want to win. And they want to win at the cost of integrity. They don't want to do it the hard way. And everybody suffers for it, including themselves. You know, honestly, all jokes aside, I feel sorry for these players because they are never going to feel that feeling of being truly satisfied with what they've accomplished because they've taken shortcuts to get to it. You know, LeBron James can beg us for respect and all this other stuff. But again, the only reason he has to do that is because he knows. Fanboys, he knows. Fanboys, you know. You know those championships have not come from truly working hard. Fanboys, you know it deep within your soul. Again, this channel, I'm trying to help you guys. I know it's hard to hear. I know it's hard to digest. I know that when you hear people like me talk, people like Dreamers Pro, people like Too Raw, I know you think to yourself, why are these guys crushing my fantasies? Why can't they just let us live in delusion? Just let us be in peace with our delusion. I'm trying to help you, fanboys. You will feel better once you're living in reality like the rest of us. But yeah, you know deep down inside that your king has not done it the right way. And he knows it. And again, I feel sorry for these players because at the end of the day, while they might enjoy the praise from having the championship, you know, so to speak, from winning a championship in quotation marks, while they might enjoy that praise, you know, it's never going to be as fulfilling as if they had really just grinded it out. Kevin Durant had plenty of potential. And he's obviously a great player. He's obviously a very skilled player. Matter of fact, someone in my comments, I can't tell if it was a fanboy or not by the way it was worded, but basically said it was on my video of why Kevin Durant's career hasn't been better than LeBron James. And someone commented on that video and was like, because people like you convinced Kevin Durant that he is better than LeBron James. I'm not going to quite say you a fanboy yet because I hadn't really seen you in my comments a lot. So I'm going to hold off judgment on putting you in that fanboy category. However, whoever you are, Kevin Durant is definitely a more skilled basketball player than LeBron James. There is no argument to be made that LeBron James is a more skilled basketball player than Kevin Durant. LeBron James is a Shaq of his position, and Shaq got by off of his physical gifts, not off of his skill. Because Akeem Olajuwon was giving Shaq all kind of problems. So let's not act. Akeem Olajuwon, he was skilled. And I'm not totally throwing Shaq under the bus because, Shaq could move pretty good for a big man. He didn't have terrible handles for a big man. But just as far as Shaq never really worked on a game. Shaq didn't have footwork. Shaq, to me, only Shaq's physical gifts allows him to be mentioned in the same sentence with people like Akeem Olajuwon. So there you go. So yeah, KD is definitely more skilled than LeBron James. It is what it is. But yeah, like I said, at the end of the day, these guys just really don't want to compete. Like, again, Michael Jordan, that killer mentality, he wanted you to know he was better than you. He wanted you to know that he was better than you. And these players today is not like that. It's like we all played together in AAU. We're all friends. This disgusting relationship that Draymond and LeBron got now, it's like we're all friends and we just want championships. I mean, go ahead and get LeBron and KD and Kyrie and James Harden and Draymond and who else? And AD and just get all these guys on one team and let them. They probably still wouldn't win every year. Unfortunately, I hate to say that, especially if LeBron is the leader of the team. But yeah, these guys do not want to compete. Anyway, I'ma hold up here. Like I said, I just feel like we got to stop pretending. And it's few people in my comments who like to try to defend this generation of players and like, oh, you hating on the young guys. It's like, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is, people. It is not hate. Again, there's been plenty of eras of basketball, and this is the first era, this Barbie era of basketball, that is truly hard to watch. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think that today's modern NBA player is a competitor on average, or do you think most of these guys are interested in collecting money and getting a championship, however it is it has to come, but they don't truly want to beat each other? Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. You all have a truly fantastic day, and I will see you next time. All right.